So I want to talk about two letters, AI. For the last 2 years, that's all we hear about. And we had so many warnings from all the Terminator movies. Did we listen? Nope. We did it anyway. And before we know it, our world as we know it can end up like this. And it was fun at first, messing with ChatGPT, making some images for memes, but it's come to a point that it's starting to ruin our lives. And AI is not as smart as people think. It stands for artificial intelligence, and we've been using it for quite a while, but now they are really pushing it into everything. Smartwatches, our phones, our TVs. In fact, I don't think there's a new device that you buy now that won't have AI in it. And AI is not here to help us or to make our lives better as they first promised in the beginning. No, it's been used for, practices that we never want, like it's a better spy to make better use of targeted ads and such, and among other things that we really don't want. And I never heard anyone say, I want more AI in all my electronics, but still, they do it. And even though most people are against it, still we use it a lot for making memes on Facebook and thumbnails for YouTube. And that isn't really helping. The more you use it, the better it gets. And the makers of it, they see that it's getting more and more used. So that's not really helping, because if they see a grow in that, then they will push it more onto us and they will invest more in all these programs. And that's bad news. Because, like I said, AI isn't as smart as you think. It cannot create an image on its own. It just uses all the art that's already on the whole internet, and it just copies it and makes a few changes here and there. It doesn't ask permission to the owner. Now, to make an image for a meme or a YouTube thumbnail, it sounds fairly innocent, and that's true. I also did it a few times, but the more we do that, the more AI will be pushed into our lives. So it's best that we just stop doing that and just don't use AI for all that stuff, and try to ignore it, even stop talking about it. But yeah, I get it. It's everywhere and everybody's talking about it. It brings in the views, so a lot of YouTubers jump onto that boat and do a lot of experiments with it, like making an Android and put ChatGPT in there, give it a gun, and then just tell it some things and see what it does. And people are just very curious to see what AI does. I get it, but we really, really need to stop doing that, because it's not going to get better if we proceed like this. Because what's happening now is that a lot of artists that are used for voices or that make art for games or movies, they are all being replaced by AI. And it's not only in the world of entertainment, no, it's also in the world of electronics, mainly on the computer side. So people that make software and programs, they are also being replaced by AI. Even people that design AI for a specific job, they're also getting fired because, they're also being replaced by AI. Quite funny, actually. No, it's not funny. People are losing their jobs, and when nobody uh, has a job anymore, then they don't have money to buy stuff. So the people that want to sell stuff that is designed by AI with AI in it can't make any money anymore because they were all fired for the AI in the first place. That sounds crazy, right? Well, I've got some more crazy for you. On Facebook, articles are being written by AI to get as many clicks as possible, so they use stuff that they know that will get as many clicks as possible, and then in the comments is an other article or another link that will likely scam you, and it's all designed by AI. But to get as many views and clicks as possible, it also gets a lot of likes and comments from AI. So designed by AI and used by AI. So how will they get their money if everything is just now made by AI and used by AI? Think about that. But graphics cards, that's the worst thing right now. They are full with AI. Now you don't have to use it, but lots of people do because most of them don't have the money to buy an expensive card to get a lot of detail with a high frame rate. So they use AI. Most people just want all that ray tracing, and I don't get it because before ray tracing we had good lighting and reflections in games. It was baked in, so it didn't need any extra GPU power to run. But now with live ray tracing in games, we do, because the cards just aren't as powerful enough to run a game with a high frame rate. So the image gets scaled down and then scaled up by AI to get a high frame rate, and then put some extra frames in there to get that high FPS. And what's the result? Well, you get a very blurry image. So I don't get the point. Now you have to think about that for a minute. The last card that didn't have ray tracing on board was the 1080 Ti, and I still have that card because for 1080p gaming it's still got plenty of frames for that, even on very high detail. Now, if a game has the option to turn on and off ray tracing, there's no problem, but then Nvidia and AMD will not sell any new cards. So more and more games will put ray tracing in the engine of the game itself, so you will need to buy a new card if you want to play the new games. But it will not stop there. Oh no, more and more people are starting to like ray tracing also for YouTube videos, and people see that and they want it. And if you want to get the higher frames, you will also need the AI upscaler like DLSS and all that stuff. So if you watch the performance of the older cards, like a 2080 Ti, then a 3080, 4080 and 5080, and also with AMD, they puts always something new in the card. So newer updates with newer upscalers don't work on the older cards. So now you can't even keep a card for 10 years because it will simply not keep up with the newer games, and games are very, very, very poorly optimized these days. And I'm starting to think that they are working together with Nvidia and AMD just so they could sell more GPUs. And these two companies are investing big on AI because they see that we use it more and more in our lives. So lots of people are just waiting for the AI bubble to burst, but it will never burst. It will only grow if we just keep using it. So we need to stop. because computer parts are already very high right now, and if more people lose their jobs, then we will not be able to afford it anymore. So, stop using AI.